All right, so I'm trying to figure out when they're going to announce this Errol Spence and Crawford fight. That's what I'm trying to figure out because, like they say, Father Time don't waste for no one. And this contract they had, this binding contract, had nothing to do with Al Heyman or Showtime. This had to do with Errol Spence getting a manager company. That's a fact. And that he had to do business with Crawford. And the network picked it up and decided to do it on their network, Showtime. Now, a lot of people say, we don't want to see the rematch. PBC don't have a home right now. PBC, Errol Spence is with PBC. Crawford is a free agent. He can go wherever he want. But once he's in this contract, he can't go anywhere he want. And the proof is this. Not just Boots, but Tim Tszyu or Charlo. He can't make a move. That's why you're not hearing him say, I'm going to take my WBO and go up to 154 and fight Tim Tszyu. That's why we're not hearing no notifications of that or nothing about what Crawford's doing because he can't do anything. He's in a binding contract. He can't do anything. So I'm saying February got 28 days in February. VADA needs to be known about this fight happened because training was 8 weeks, 2 months. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of things got to be, and understand this. Showtime did not want to do the rematch. So now the PBC don't have a home, right, with Showtime. And that's Errol Spence is with the PBC. But the PBC and Al Heyman has nothing to do with this because this is what Errol Spence wanted and this is what he did, get a managing company, and he made it happen. And Showtime picked it up. Now that the networks at this time, what network is going to pick this up and make this fight happen? That's another thing. What network is going to do that? So that's another thing. Besides, this fight's supposed to happen in December. That didn't happen. Errol Spence was supposed to notify Crawford about it being at 154 or 147 on paper and notify and let him know this is what he wants. That didn't happen, so everybody feels it's still at 147, right? So it's supposed to happen in December. This didn't happen. They don't have a network. Go ahead. Right? They don't have a network. Then they got to find a network. Both manager companies got to find a network for this fight, right? That's one. That had nothing to do with the PBC at all. They got nothing to do with the PBC. So if you have networks that don't want to put up for this fight, then what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we waiting for? That's the answer right there. What are we waiting for? Because Crawford, it's 8 weeks, right? Training camp. Once they notify, VADA knocks on the door and say we need to take urine and blood samples, right? Or hair samples, or whatever they want to take, whatever sample they need to take, right? So I'm trying to say, are we going to get the notification of this fight happening the last week of November or the first week of December? And if not, February is a short month, 28 days. Does that mean we have to wait till March? Do we have to wait till April? And Crawford, why is he waiting? Because of this contract. Now, this contract, I got nothing wrong with Crawford fighting Errol again. I have nothing wrong with that. All right? I don't mind seeing it, and I don't mind not seeing it. I ain't losing any sleep about this. But it is holding up a lot going on. Crawford is not holding up nothing. He did what he's supposed to do. He won the rematch. He won the match, right? Now, it's up to Errol Spence and his management company to find a network to put it on, and first, not just put it on, for a network to pick it up. Because if they don't see they ain't going to get no return on this, what's the sense? All right, so let's say they find a network, right? Let's say they find a network. God forbid this man, because remember, he had an eye injury, he's supposed to fight Pacquiao. Now, this is my opinion. This is not a fact. My opinion was when they put somebody to spar him in that ring, and they was trying to imitate Manny Pacquiao, and they saw the timing was off, they said, you know what? We're not going to make this match. he has an eye injury. That's my opinion. I think he faked the eye injury on knowing that the way the person that was making moves like Manny Pacquiao, or the speed or whatever, they said, this is not a good matchup. Okay, Manny Pacquiao at this time still is a risk, right? So they didn't have any belief. This is my opinion. All right, you can't predict the future with Ugas and all that stuff. You can't, right? So this is just an opinion at the time when it happened, right? So they said, my eye. And everybody was saying, no, he didn't know he had an eye injury in sparring. I remember this very clearly because me and Blue Blood was going back, and I said, Blue Blood, this was in sparring that happened. No, it didn't happen in sparring. He saw a cloud on the side of his eye, and he went to go to the doctor, and that's when, we was going back and forth. You could see the videos. Scroll down, right, about my eye shit, right? And then when I said, proved it, he's like, oh, you want a biscuit? He's getting all mad and shit. But Blue Blood, I love you like a play cousin, so it's not a big deal, right? Went at war with him with that bullshit, right? So now, God forbid, now he had a rib injury, right? So I'm saying this is factual. He had an eye and he had a rib injury. Fuck my opinion, okay? That he ducked Manny Pacquiao. Fuck that. We don't have no clue about that, right? So let's say he had an eye. Now he had a rib injury when he was about to fight Crawford. And everybody say that is not the real Errol Spence because he had a rib injury. So I'm like, all right, bet. So let's say, hypothetically, that somebody pick up, this network picks it up, whatever, let's say Black Prime pick it up, right? Let's just say something like that picks it up, right? And the fight happens, and they say this fight's going to happen in late February, the last week of February or something. But this dude gets injured again. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I remember when this dude was complaining about Keith Thurman. Oh, Keith Thurman always getting injured. Bro, you in that same category. You always get injured. So, in my mind, I'm like, listen, man, y'all got a contract. That contract got to be at hold because there's too many blockages going on. Too many situations are going on. You see what I'm saying? And what's going on is this. It's supposed to happen in December. It didn't happen. It's supposed to be notified at 147 or 154. That didn't happen. You don't have a home. PBC don't have a home. PBC, Errol Spence, you with PBC. Crawford's not, right? Plus, Errol Spence had to get a managed company because the PBC didn't want to do the fight. Okay, fine. What? Right? So, all this is blocks. It's blocks. I'm not saying void the contract. All I'm saying is put the contract to the side so both fighters could do the do. Crawford, a free agent, could move on to any network and display his talent. Errol Spence, he could get his mind and his body right and get a fight. Show that he's right. So that a network will say, you know what? This fight do make sense. Now I see that he's different. He ain't got no rib injury. He ain't got no eye injury. He ain't got no injury. And he did great. That's the Errol Spence we wanted to see. That's the Errol Spence. We want that Errol Spence to fight Crawford. Make it look like he's doing something and able for somebody to pick up this fight with Crawford. Because regardless if you want to see it or not, it's in a contract. And that's why I say, put the contract to the side so Crawford could say, you know what? I want to fight Tim Tszyu. I want to be a 4-division champion. I'm already two-time undisputed. Now, Charlo, he lost his IBF. 30 days is up. He was supposed to fight the Russian. He lost it. So now IBF is there to be fought for, right? 2 challengers to fight for that. Once whoever wins, now you have to say, Crawford, you got 2 or 3 fights left in you. Is there 2 or 3 fights going to be Tim Tszyu and the winner of the IBF? Or you're going to fight Tim Tszyu, or you decide you're going to fight Charlo to be unified with the other 2 belts, right? The WBA and the WBC, since he ain't got the IBF no more, right? And stay there and just wait. And just wait and see what happens. Yeah, just see what happens. Because this David Benavidez and this Demetrius Andre is a very important fight when it comes down to decisions with Canelo. Okay? And remember, and it's not just David and Demetrius. You know what? I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna make a video on that because, like I said, I bet my channel, and I had to get this Errol Spence. Can't bump. I had to get this Errol Spence and Crawford out now because it's taking too long to me. Especially when people say this fight gonna happen in February, a short month. That means we gotta wait till March or April for this to happen. Come on, man. Come on. Nobody waits on nobody, man. So, I'm gonna explain what could happen where Crawford has a good possibility that he could get a fight that is a fairy tale fight. Okay, but for now, I bet my channel, and I didn't decide who I'm gonna pick yet, if it's Benavidez or Demetrius. But if that fight that I pick loses, Captain Full is gone for a month. So I gotta get this in now when it comes to Errol Spence and Crawford, because this is gonna be the next title. What's taking the fucking fight so long? Spitting and shit. What is taking it so long? So I'm feeling it's already taking too damn long. And especially if you need an 8-week training camp, and Vada's gotta be in it. Okay? So, and February is a short month. Alright. So, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say. And guess what? It's not what they're not saying. Because ain't nobody saying shit. Ain't nobody saying shit, bro. So, hey, I'm out. On to the next one. My next video will be, I got 2 more videos, and I'm going to chill, man. Before this fight happens with Benavidez and Demetrius, I'm going to chill. And if whoever wins that I pick, I'm still here. If not, then I got a lot more time to chill. All right, y'all. I'm out. 1.